Okay. Hello everybody. It's been really difficult for me to start this video. This is already the 5th time I'm trying to just normally talk to a camera. It's really hard. And I really hope my computer is recording this right now, because if it's not, then it's bad. In this video I wanted to talk to you a little bit about my experience with MULTA Casting agency. It is a Dutch agency based in Amsterdam, I suppose. I'm not sure, I need to fact check this. That has a lot of opportunities, a lot of acting opportunities for young actors, for extras, for people who are interested in getting to know the industry. And I thought it was really important to talk about it, because I personally find it a real struggle to find job as a young actor with not that much money and not that much opportunities around. I find it really important to talk about those things with you guys, with anyone who might be interested in such jobs, because they are so difficult to find, and because a lot of them work in an unfair way, or don't have as many open calls, or just a scam that can also happen, that the companies you email with and you apply to jobs for are just non-existent. This never happened to me, but I know people who that happened to, and I find it really important to just share my very positive experience with that particular company online. For any potential actors young actors, or maybe already experienced actors who are just seeking some advice. So to begin with, I participated in a big project with MULTA Casting agency. It is going to be a new TV documentary about Anne Frank. I found about MULTA Casting agency from Facebook, which is actually a pretty unusual way of looking for jobs or looking for casting agencies. But I've spent months searching for a casting agency that would fit me. I was looking for a casting agency that wouldn't turn me down, and 100% of the casting agencies I emailed to turned me down. Yeah, I had a lot of problems just searching online. And I just went on Facebook and I googled a few casting agencies, and what I really like about MULTA Casting agency is that it just posts new jobs on their Facebook page. So you don't even need to go to their website or like check your email every time. Literally, I'm almost always on Facebook because of my school, actually, and because of my friends. So I do check it pretty regularly, and they post things pretty regularly as well. I would say almost every day, more than once a day sometimes, they would post a job, and they always have a description. So they always say who they're looking for, how long the job is gonna last. There's always a fee, usually always a fee. Nothing is for free, so it is an actual paid acting job that you can get. There are some opportunities for a buyout even. For those of you who don't know, even though I assume that you might know, you just might logically get it. That the buyout means that an actor is being bought out, so will participate in that project for a longer period of time, possibly with a contract. And they offer that as well, alongside with just an open casting call. They also have a job for a prolonged period of time, which I find absolutely great as a person with very little experience in that huge and complicated industry. So now I'm gonna briefly go to my personal experience, how it went for me, how much did they pay me, what kind of job that was, what I had to do, what expectations I had, and how it turned out to be. Till the very last second I got there, I was thinking maybe it's a scam and I won't actually get anything, or I won't actually enjoy it. It was not like that at all. It was not a scam. It was an actual job. I had a great time. You know, I would say my expectations were generally lower than it turned out to be, but at the same time, I would say it didn't bring me to like great networking and great further opportunities that I might have hoped for, but that's another story. It was exactly what they wrote to me it's gonna be. I was in a role of an extra, so that was also true. I don't think I'm allowed to say what I was doing, but I did play a role of an extra. Everyone had an opportunity to play an extra, which I think is also great because Multa has very strict rules about it. They are not responsible for actually filming you or obviously for actually using any of this footage in an actual movie. But this time they specifically asked us who out of us has already participated and who still had to go, and then people who still haven't participated yet had an opportunity to go, even though it was like pretty late on the day already because we had a lot of waiting. So everyone had one scene. Yeah, and I also had an opportunity to be in one scene, so I'm pretty happy about it. We had to sign a few papers about obviously not spreading any information about the film, about the content of the film. It was a paid job. I got 40 euros overall for the whole time, which I think is a fair pay. Yeah, and that was generally my experience with Malta. As a non-Dutch speaking person, I'm not sure if this is interesting for anybody else, but it was a struggle at the very beginning to actually get to know people and talk and understand what was going on set, because I mean on set it's easy. They scream actie, which means like action, and you get what you need to do, and then you can always ask in English, and generally people who work on set, they know how to reply. But people who were my co-workers, who were my fellow extras, were, you know, 100% Dutch people who only kind of spoke Dutch, or they could understand English and they did speak English a little bit, but they preferred to speak Dutch. And it was really hard for me to kind of click and find people and talk and spend my time while socializing, because literally everybody spoke Dutch. But I would say overall, in regards to the acting experience, that didn't complicate the whole process much. At the beginning it was a little bit difficult because they would ask me different things like, can I curl your hair? And I can understand simple Dutch, but there are some words and sentences that I don't get, and I always had to be like, oh my god, I'm so sorry, I don't speak Dutch. And then they would be like, oh really? And I would be like, yeah, you know, that's possible. You know, the filming was in Amsterdam, and I kind of assumed that maybe a lot of people are going to be international, but I guess it was stupid of me to assume that because they weren't. But in an overall process, it wasn't a big struggle, only the communicating part with the fellow actors. And because, you know, when you are on set for such a long period of time, you do want to make friends and you do want to talk to someone. That was a slightly complicated part for me. Overall, I would say it was a great experience. I learned a lot, even though it was such a small, you know, such a short day, such a small role, no role at all actually, just like an extra. I still felt like I've never been in such a big production. And that definitely brought something to me that I didn't have before. Just my whole experience of discovering that casting agency. Yeah, and it is not a scam. MULTA Casting Agency is a legit thing. They actually do pay you. They provide you with all the information, all the instructions beforehand. So I really had zero problems with the whole organizational part of the whole day and the filming and the money. So yeah, I hope that video explained something to you about the acting jobs, casting agencies in the Netherlands. Thank you so much. I'll see you soon, hopefully. Bye bye.